face, cause I'm off to the hole in the road. I'm walking off school and I'm off to the city, watching telly all night and I'm not looking pretty. See, I got this job downtown, selling knocked off ladies' watches for £1. For a really dodgy man that I met in a dodgy cafe. You know, he said to me, the girl who sold these yesterday wasn't selling very carefully. Police came along and took her and all my watches away. So if you see some coppers, you grab my stuff and leg it, boy, right away. I'll be in the cafe. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. So it's been a few hours and I haven't sold enough for my bus fare home. Street sell is pretty tough, so I turn on the charm for the lunchtime rush with a smile and a wiggle on my schoolboy touch. So the charm is working in the underground. There's a crowd of men and women gather round, and the watches they are going, the money is a-flowing. Think I'll have a little extra, stick it in my pocket, spend you later. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I haven't sold a watch for an hour and I'm dying for a slash. I've had enough of this, so I'm off for a piss. Then a quick walk back round to the cafe. Sitting at his table drinking tea, looks at me suspiciously. Then with a glance at the watch he says, how did you do? He paid me a couple of quid, then he said, would you like to come and work another day? I said I'd come back down on Friday, and to that he said okay. So with £2 in my pocket and another 5 in my shoe, I nipped down to Castle Market where a man who looks like Leo Sayer is selling pots with cockles and prawns. You make me feel like dancing. Then off back to dinner on the Wiggers and then home. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way.
Making his way. Making his way. Sheffield, making his way.
Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield,
making his way. Well, there we go. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since we actually listened to that little tune. Holy shit. Nice to hear it back. I'm going to do this more often. I have to do this more often because one thing's for sure, we won't be forgetting about our little boy from Sheffield, man, who's just making his way and he's still on his journey, right? And sadly missed. I have to say, it's just still sadly missed, man. I don't think I'm going to get over this fucking... I don't think I'm going to get over the fact that here I am alone here on fucking Racoons News without Jason, man. It's just, I don't think I'll ever get fucking used to that, right? Never, man. What a fucking loss to our community, like, so. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, look, I was supposed to have a guest here and everything tonight, but he still hasn't shown up yet. Darren still hasn't shown up yet. And I have the title and everything done up, and we're supposed to be talking Irish Constitution here tonight, but Darren's not here just yet. And he still hasn't received my message over on Telegram, so he hasn't actually seen it just yet. So I don't know what's going on, but it doesn't fucking matter, right? Because we're here, right? It's Saturday Night Live. It doesn't matter a fuck, right? Whether he makes it or not. Like, who knows? We don't know what people are going through at the moment. Like, something maybe came up, but I was in touch with him earlier on today, so several times during the day. So he'll probably show up. He knows what time it's kicking off at, like, and if not, if he can't make it, like, we'll fit it in next week. It doesn't fucking matter. How are ye all, peeps? I'll just take a moment just to say hello to everyone. Audio should be working. I checked my audio, so I'm not even going to ask for a sound check because my audio looked like it was working there just before I kicked off the show. So um, I'll just say hello to Jerry. I spotted your message there earlier on. Yeah, like hopefully Darren will tune in, like, and we'll get to talk Irish Constitution. How you doing, Tony? And Pete, how you doing, buddy? How you doing, James? We got Mascara in the house. Hi, Mascara. Creating my reality now. That's an interesting moniker, right? Very, very interesting. Who else we got here? We got. Did I see Stephen there somewhere? Did I see? I did. I seen Stephen Owens there. Good man, Stephen. You were just watching Jimmy and Bart Sibrel, the conspiracy theorist central. Yeah, yeah. It wasn't a bad show, actually. Bart wasn't a bad old character, right? It's just, you know. Did we go to the moon or not? Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck whether we went there or not? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, there's nothing better than a good lie. We all love a good lie. And that's it. And it's kind of like when we find out afterwards that it was all a fucking lie. It's always a bit of a letdown. Like, but once we accept we got fucking crapped out or whatever and got sold a load of horse shit, no matter which way, whether we went or fucking not, it's always fun, sort of like having to come to terms with the recognition that we got fucking caught out. So I don't know. I'm still on the fucking borderline with that moon bullshit, right? I don't know. I don't have any eyewitness fucking evidence from anybody about whether we did or didn't, apart from some sort of innuendo, which is. And some sort of like strange videos on the internet with what's the fucking cunt's name talking to the fucking 9-year-old child, explaining. She asked him the question whether we went back to the fucking. Why didn't we go back to the moon? And he said, "That's a really good question." He says, "I want to know." What's that cunt's name? I can't fucking. They're all so memorable. So anyway, greetings, Stephen, and. Yeah, creating my reality. Jason is on his journey still, and he'll never be forgotten. Never be forgotten. That's for sure. Like, not around here, he won't be forgotten, right? And I suppose that's probably part of the reason that we're still fucking going, man. Because this was his baby. This was Jason's baby, after all. I feel a little bit out of my depth here, to be honest, like, because look, I used to just come in to help Jay out, right? I never seen this shit coming, right? Never seen this shit coming. It's like, holy fuck. I'll tell you what, when the universe decides to throw you a fucking whammy, it certainly fucking does it, man. No fucking doubt about it. How you doing, Spanish? And we got a 5x5. I assume that's got to do with the audio, but yeah, like I kind of knew the 5x5 was okay because I did actually test my fucking audio before. That's cunt of a cat, man. I swear to God, I'm gonna kill the whore. I'm gonna fucking kill him. I'm gonna get up now and let him out, right? Because he wants to go out. So just give me a moment. Come on, get out. Go on. Oh, man. I did be like that with him. I said, get out, you fucking whore, you. But I think he's getting used to me. Slowly but fucking surely, anyway. But anyway, for some reason, anytime I start a fucking broadcast, Okay, get out, you cunts. Let's see, where was I? I was in the middle of greeting people, right? I was in the middle of greeting people. So hello to Jerry in Spanish and lie detector. How you doing, bro? We got mascara in the house. Hi, mascara. Lie detector saying moon. I'd rather go to Blackpool. Uh, the rock tastes much better for sure. I don't know. I've never tasted any moon rock, man, but I'll take your word for it. I'm sure, like you're talking. I'm pretty sure you're talking from experience. Spanish, of course, is delighted. What fucking music? You missed the fucking music. I played the boy from Sheffield. There was music playing, man. You just got in too fucking late, you old fucking cunt, man. Swear to God. he had to fucking he had to change his fucking nappy first before he could get in. He just fucking crapped his nappy before fucking starting time and he missed the music. Holy shit. And of course, Dr. Robert is delighted I'm fucking gone. Good man, Robert. Let's not let that tradition fucking die, man, for sure. So I'm still running through everybody here. Let's see, we got Mascara, Jerry, Jerry, and so yeah, it looks like I'm up to fucking date, man. So I suppose apologies are in order. I didn't make it last week, right? I didn't make it last week, and unfortunately, the way shit worked out, man, I had uh, I had an important event to prep for. Like an old friend of mine just appeared out with a fucking blue, man. And he asked me to play two gigs. He was organizing an event, and I had to play two gigs. One was on the Sunday, and the other was on the Monday. So, and then there was me Saturday night, right? Here was me on Saturday night. Hadn't a fucking clue what was going on. One moment my sound system was working, right? 1 minute the sound system was working, and next thing you know, the sound system blew, right? I was trying to figure out what records I was going to bring to the event, right? and and then all of a sudden, like, I had no fucking sound, and I was working with these crappy fucking I was working with this crappy headset. After the sound system blew, I was working with the crappy headset, and I still couldn't hear a goddamn fucking thing because they're not designed to listen to techno fucking music, right? I play techno. I play techno. Like when I go out to play an event, I play techno generally. So, but I have a wide, varied interest in music. But I think in latter years, I think I found that as long as there's no lyrics in the music, I don't give a fuck. I'll take it. Give me music with no fucking lyrics, man. I don't want to hear any demented fucking songwriters telling me their fucking sob stories of their bullshit and their fucking delusions. 'Cause you listen to fucking pop music, you listen to pop music, rock music, listen to any of it, like, it's demented, man. Absolutely demented, like lyrics that came people pulled out of their fucking arseholes. I swear to God, I could pull fucking words out of my fucking arsehole too, but that's not gonna mean I'm gonna fucking post it in public, right? I'm not gonna put that shit out in public, man. That's okay, right? Jimmy, you're not well in the fucking head. Um, it's okay to say that here at home when you're in on the QT. Don't put that shit out in public, man. And I'm kind of glad that I sort of like took that fucking route in my life, like, because I can't listen to lyrics anymore because they're just so fucking childish, man. So childish. um I don't know, maybe there are some great people out there who really could have put lyrics together, but like, it's always so fucking jingly. It's all just catchy fucking bullshit, man. I don't buy it, man. Just give me a couple of boom, 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 and a good old fucking hi hat and a couple of oscillators fucking going. and that's okay. I'm happy with that, man. So I play a lot of techno. So that's what I was doing last weekend, man. When I couldn't be here, I was kind of prepping for a 2 day event in Longford. Like my buddy decided that he was going to go out and he was going to do one more fucking rodeo. He he has to do one more fucking rodeo. I thought he was losing the plot, man. You know what? I might be right. I might be right, but then I could be wrong. Maybe he is. Maybe he's not losing the plot. Maybe he's got to go. It doesn't matter. My buddy wants to go out for one more fucking rodeo. Well, cool. Let's fucking go for it, right? Let's do it, man. I certainly wouldn't fucking let him down anyway. So last weekend was a Sunday and a Monday. I was wrecked after fucking wrecked. I'm not able for this shit anymore. You know, I used to be really good at it. Like I could stay up for fucking 2 or 3 days, and it wouldn't cost me a thought. Like after a day or two rest, I'd be grand. Like but I found even after just a 2 day event, I was still recovering on Thursday. In fact, I'm still not back to myself, right? I'm still not fucking right. Like, but anyway, it doesn't matter. It's okay. Um, got fucking through the shit anyway. So that's part of the reason. That's why I didn't get here last weekend. So apologies, everybody. I know we kind of like we're kind of used to our routine and stuff like that. So, but anyway, um, sometimes we have to sort of say, fuck the internet, man, right? Fuck the internet. The internet's grand and all like that. I know we all have deep connections here on the internet, but sometimes you got to say, fuck it. Let's get out. Let's deal with fucking real life for once, right? Let's get out of the fucking house, man. Let's go do something different, man. It was great, man. It was great. I got to meet a load of people I hadn't seen for a long fucking time. Which was great, man. It was great. Um, since the pandemic, like people just seem to be going out less and fucking less, man. Um, kind of like herded into this sort of like box where you just kind of like you're in one or two areas. Maybe you're going to work, or maybe you're working from home, or maybe you're doing a bit of both. Like, but no matter what way you do it, you're going from one fucking box to another. Like, and you're kind of isolated. Like, I found that over the last couple of years, and I don't mind it. Like, it's not that I mind being alone. I'm okay being alone. Being alone doesn't bother me in the slightest, right? Being alone doesn't bother me in the slightest, like because I can go from one end of the week to the next and not even bother. I couldn't give a fuck, man, whether I've seen anybody or not. Like, but I've been realizing lately it's actually really, really good to get out and to meet and to talk to people, even if it's only shit talk, right? Even if it's only bullshit, fucking shit talk, or um just average fucking talking about the fucking weather. You know, sometimes I find it's better just to force myself to fucking do it. And even though I might not want to, even though I fucking might not want to, but sometimes that's all people have to talk about. They open with the fucking weather, right? And the weather here is fucking shit still. It's still fucking cold. Where the fuck is this global fucking warming, man? Give me a bit of that, man. I want some global fucking warming. Otherwise, I'm tell you what, I'm gonna lay down the fucking. I'm gonna move to fucking Texas. If I don't get global warming now, fucking tomorrow, that's it. I'm gone. I'm leaving. Fuck you all. I'm going to Texas, right? At least it sounds like it might be fucking warm there. But anyway, um, turn comment off. Turn comment off, Jim. For fuck's sake. What's that? What is that? Hi, Tricia. Did I miss anybody? Did I miss anyone? No, no. I think I'm fairly up to date now on the chat. I didn't even come in tonight with any um I didn't prep for a show tonight. I really didn't. Couldn't be fucking arsed, man. I thought we were going to be talking about Irish Constitution, so we're still waiting for. And you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. Darren might show up. He may or he may not show up. Like, but if not, like, I'm pretty sure we'll get him in for another date anyway. So we won't over stress the situation. I'm not no interest in stressing out about the situation. So um, I'll just sit here and talk bullshit or read your fucking comments or whatever. It's all good. Look, at the end of the day, I've been thinking. There's a lot of times that certain stories do come up, like, and I'd be reading the comments and up to a point, right? And then I'd have to switch the story, and then I miss a pile of comments, and then you get people like Spanish coming in. You missed my comment, you little bastard, you. Why didn't you read my comment? I said, I can't keep up with it, man. I just, my sidekick is gone, right? Where's the man who used to deal with the comments? Jason used to deal with the fucking comments, right? And he's gone, man. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Um, I was even thinking about employing Alexa, right? I was thinking about employing Alexa, even though I'm not too comfortable letting that little bitch into my fucking home, man, right? Not comfortable at all about. But like Alexa, she could probably read the comments for me. And, do you know what? I might think about that. Like, let's introduce a bit of AI into the situation here, right? We have a situation here. We we have an out of control AI in the room. It's like fucking hell. Imagine letting AI loose in here, man. Fuck's sake. I mean, it works. I do follow a lot of chess channels, right? I follow a lot of chess channels, and they're really good at it. Over on Twitch, they're really, really fucking good. The likes of Eric Rosen, right? It's like, I don't expect you to know who he is. It doesn't matter who the fuck he is, right? But he'd be doing a live stream. Like, you got all these chess streamers, right? For example, right? And Eric Rosen would be one of them, right? And Eric would be there on the live stream, and there'd be loads of interaction going on in the Twitch chat, like, and he just have Alexa reading out the comments to him as they go along. I'm thinking, like, you know what? That sounds really fucking cool. That would make my life a lot easier, And even though there's a temptation in me to say, "Oh fuck AI," like, but you know what? That would be a useful aspect of AI. Like, if AI could actually read the fucking and I didn't have to fucking worry about what was going on in the fucking chat box, that'd be great, man. Just keep. But then again, you don't want fucking Alexa reading every goddamn piece of gibberish coming out of the chat box. Sometimes people are just talking to each other. But anyway, but something to think about. Well, I was even thinking about getting an AI avatar, right? I was even thinking about getting an AI avatar. Apparently it's possible. Just for the crack of it, right? But anyway, I might do that one day just for the fun of it. But I'm not sure how to implement that on a Linux system. I know it is possible on a Linux system, but just at the moment, it just seems like, oh God, sounds like a load of fucking hassle, man. Just for some gimmicky sort of effect, right? Let's keep an eye on the old chat here. Yeah, Stephen, man, it's like I'm just not able for that shit anymore. I'm really not. It's like. The first night was fine. But I was glad to get home. I was glad to get the few hours sleep. I think originally the plan was not to come home, but I was glad I got home and got a few hours sleep, and that kind of set me up for the next day. So, but you're right. I noticed over the last couple of years that, like, while I used to be able to do these long events, like, it takes me longer to recover now. Definitely, I'm starting to show my age, right? Starting to show the age. JD is saying yes. How you doing, JD? JD is saying stop streaming now. If you want, I don't know. I can hit that button anytime you like. um, Trisha's nodding off again. Very good. Yeah, take a nap. Take a nap. Why not? Not quite Peaky Blinders. No, Spanish. Not quite the Peaky Blinders. No, no, no. And to be honest, what an awful world to have to live in, man. If you had to live in the Peaky Blinders world, man, you'd be looking over your shoulder every fucking 5 minutes. Fuck that shit, man. I like the simpler life, you know. So yeah, I've got a new backdrop tonight. This is my proclamation to the world. I'm going to transition. I've decided to get the top surgery. I'm going to get the moobs off, right? The moobs are coming off. Snip, snip. That's it. Problem sorted, man. I'll be happy then, right? So if you're wondering about the rainbow colors and all that sort of stuff like that, yeah, Jimmy's decided to sell out, right? He's decided eventually that the China model is the way forward. Definitely moves off, right? So what's been going on with you guys? I've shared so much about my life now over the last week. Now, what's been going on with you guys? Look, my life has been fairly fucking simple, man. I haven't done fuck all. I know I had a couple of days out there during the week and a couple of tiring days, but it was nice to get out. Like, but still, there's fuck all really exciting happening in my life. There's nothing new. Still the same old shit, like with the geopolitical fucking bullshit. Like it's like it actually seems to be it's very very weird, fluid situation. What's going on with the geopolitical bullshit? Like, you know, but I haven't been as tuned into it as I normally would be. I just haven't been that tuned into it. I've been sort of like phased out a little bit and just taking a bit of time out from it because it just gets a little bit too much, you know. I mean, what's the narrative? What's the narrative today? There's only a few narratives. You're following Ukraine, you're following what's going on in Africa, or you're following the climate bullshit. Like, and it's like, or you're still following like what's going on with the with the 100% safe and effective treatment for the common chew. It's like, right, okay. What else is going on? What else is going? I don't know. I don't know because I just haven't been tuned into it all. Just not that much. Still following a few stories, like, you know, still following closely what's going on in Ukraine, but it seems like there is a little bit of a strangeness going on there still. Um, but anyway, look, I'm not even going to talk about it just at the moment. Couldn't be fucking arsed, man. I'm just bored with it all. Anything for a fucking simpler life, I think, you know. Have we got Manda in the house? Oh, Manda. Hello, Manda. Manda, is that Rob's sister? Is that right? Or am I just hallucinating again? Am I hallucinating again? Manda is Manda Rob's sister? Is that right? Really Spanish? They just blown the Kirsch bridge again. I've been trying to tell you Spanish. Oh, it's not your sister, Rob. Okay, no, that's fine. I've been trying to tell you. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry, Manda, if I just, I got these ideas into this brain thing of mine. I do get these ideas, and sometimes I just think, Jimmy, you're losing the fucking plot, right? But anyway, shut the fuck up. But I've been trying to tell you Spanish, right? I've been trying to tell you. The Curse Bridge. Come on, it's a sweet fucking target, man. if you were going to take out something that was going to really hurt someone, that's what you'd fucking do. You'd take out the Kirsch Bridge. So did they take it out again? Are you serious, man? I just I'm usually following Ukraine, kind of like, okay, Rob, right, Mama, okay, that's fine, Rob. That message received. Yeah, that's fine, but I'll try. I record that to my memory, like, but seeing I've got a bit of Alzheimer's, sometimes I might forget again at some stage, but shit happens. But yeah, Spanish, the Kirsch Bridge, man, it's a sweet target, man. Why wouldn't you want to fucking hit it with a couple of high Mars, man? Of course you would. Of course you'd do it, man. You'd do it, right? How you doing, Johnny? Yes, indeed, Johnny. We're all brothers and sisters, and I've slowly been coming around to that way of thinking, right? I've been slowly coming around to this way of thinking, right? Um, that we are actually all brothers and sisters, and I tell you what, my stance on Ukraine has been severely changed, I suppose, over the last year or so. I've gone from a place of an extremist point of view, right, to a more orderly point of view, where I'm thinking, right, okay, right. So we got NAZI in Ukraine. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. So Europe and America are telling us these are the good NAZI. Okay, all right, okay. So we've got reformed NAZI. That's grand. Okay. So there are brothers and sisters now, right? And that's before you take into the fact that they're being funded from Israel. This is, huh? What? Why are these NACI being funded from Israel? Excuse me? Houston? Fucking Houston, we have a fucking problem here. why are the, why is Israel funding the NACI? I don't know. But, it's not Israel. It's just Kolomoisky. He's just a pretend Israeli, right? He's just a pretend Israeli. He's not a real Israeli. I know he lives there now, like, but he's not a real Israeli. So no, don't look at that. No. It's like so I've had to take a very, very tempered view. I've had to take a very, very tempered view of everything that's going on, especially in around Ukraine. I've had to check myself. And I've kind of like had to make a decision that I'm going to have to open my heart a little bit to them, right? Because I was very, very extremist earlier on because of the fact that, all these fuckers, man, you know what? They're all fucking NAZI. It's just, why the fuck? And you know what? That's a wrong approach. And that's my fault. That's my fault for thinking like that. That is my fault for thinking like that. Shouldn't be thinking like that. No, that's like branding a whole people with the wrong one brush. Like, that's not necessarily a good thing to be doing. It's like it's been done to me over the years, and if you were to follow the holy book, the good book, it says, "Don't do unto others what you wouldn't have them do unto you." So I've seriously had to modify my behavior and my thoughts over the last year. It says, right, but I suppose one of the most important things, and I've been getting this sense, like from reading the blogs and stuff from the true Russian patriots who really do want to go to war with us. They really do. They the real Russian patriots. They'll fucking nuke us, right? They will. But anyway, they think they're getting sold out as well too. So lately, I've been coming around to the idea that wouldn't it be interesting at some stage in the not too distant future if the ordinary people of America, Europe, and Russia were fighting together against this behemoth that is attempting to take over. And I'm kind of like, I'm kind of settling along this sort of like ground because like we the ordinary people really only have, we all have the same enemy. We're all hated, right? We're all hated, you know. At the end of the day, there's a good reason why they got this great idea to wipe out a huge portion of us, like, you know, with a variety of mechanisms, whether it's biowarfare, starvation, or war. So, wouldn't it be very, very interesting if all the tuned in people from all the different countries in the world found a way to sort of like connect and to create bonds to fight all our common enemy? You know, like these days, we're 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 in a constant state where we're being told that like if you're on this side of the border, Russia are the bad guys. If you're on the other side of the border, Ukraine and America are the bad guys. This is and these are not the people I know. You know, I know people from a lot of walks in life. I know people who are American. I know Europeans. I don't know many Russians, but I have followed a lot of Russians. I like their writing. I like their thought process. There's a lot of good Russians as well too. Um, at the end of the day, like, you know, we're all just ordinary fucking people. At the end of the day, and for some strange reason, we always get caught up in these goddamn traps where we're forced to go fight with each other and go fisticuffs on the fucking battlefield, which is happening in Ukraine at the moment, and it's a sad state of affairs, man. It's you know, and as much as the war doesn't make sense or anything like that, still there's real people dying in real battles on the real battlefield. There, it's quite. I'm gone that I don't even want to look at the videos and stuff like that, and I just can't take any more of that torture people are going through. It's tough to watch, man. It's very, very tough to watch. Um, there's only so many broken up bodies left fucking destroyed on the battlefield that you can watch, and he says, "Okay, right, just keep your fucking bullshit, man. Just um, it's enough to know that it's going on, like, you know." So there is an old saying, of course, like all wars are bankers' wars. Yeah, it's yeah, we've been hoping for it, like, but we have been hoping for it, like, but there's a part of me sort of like thinks that like all the turmoil that we've been put through is to polarize people in a certain direction, right? Um, evangelize people, and this is my biggest worry, right? This is my biggest worry because they're very, very good. Like the people who organize the bankers and stuff like that, they're very, very good at creating narratives and herding people. Very, very good herding people, and you hit them with enough strife, you can motivate people to go in a particular direction. It is what it is, like, you know, people are tribal at the end of the fucking day, you know. So I wonder sometimes when the true revolution comes, how truly revolutionary and organic will it be? Or will it be orchestrated with a narrative? I mean, we're watching a lot of the European countries turn so-called far right these days, right? We're watching a lot of that, and mainly because like of the influx of migrants. I think is a big factor in it. Like uh, I think that seems to be the main narrative. Like that the migrant crisis. Like um, I was watching some. Was it on Cookie and Pete's the other night, or was it on Steve's show? I was watching videos of the crazy hordes of people raiding the supermarket, right? And you know what? It just looked so fake. It just looks so fake. It's just like normal people don't do that, right? They don't go in and go up to a shelf in hordes like that and just flop stuff on the ground, man. Um, it just looks so fake, man. When I was watching the videos of it going on, like this particular supermarket, I was getting raided by what looked like hordes of colored people, right? I was just thinking, my God, man, that just looks fake as fuck, right? It just, I don't believe that. Maybe a lot of people would believe it, like, but personally, I don't believe that shit, right? I don't believe it. Um, is that Paula in the house? How you doing, Paula? Um, shit, did I miss Paula? Hey, John. Hey, you watcher. Let's just go check back, just to make sure I didn't miss anyone. Obviously, I missed Paula. Holy crap! And Paula, thanks for the email. I didn't get a chance to get back to you, sweetheart. It's not that I didn't mean to, like, but just the way things have worked out this week. So, hello. I didn't see Paula there in the chat though. Is that? Oh, is that P? Is that P? Ah, right. Oh no. Now the penny is dropping here. The penny is dropping. Okay. Okay. Enough said. Enough said. Right. Now I've got you. Now I've got you. Holy shit. Hello. I'm just after. What's the word? What's the word that you wait? I've just doxed somebody unintentionally. I've just doxed somebody unintentionally here. Fuck. Yeah, John. Absolutely. It's that's the way it is. Like just tell him a load of lies. My baby's been thrown out of incubators or weapons of mass destruction, and yeah, yeah. There's only so many people that are going to be paying attention, really. At the end of the day, it's like those of us here, like we're probably a small minority, really, who kind of very distrustful of. But I think our numbers are growing. I think a lot of people are quite very distrustful about what's being told to them. Like I've been noticing myself a lot lately. Like that doesn't matter who you go out and you talk to. Like even old farmers, right? Old farm. I say old, old. We'll say old farmers, right? And you start talking to them about climate change, and I've noticed lately that the conversation is going. There's something not right there. It's like, all right, right. Even Paddy Joe, even Paddy Joe from the farmland, is starting to get it, right? Even he's starting to get it. Like so I think people are tuning into it. I'm not sure if it's enough. I'm not sure if it's enough. I think people are still deeply suspicious, even of their own suspicions, right? I think there's a lot of this going on. People are doubting. They're doubting what they hear. They're doubting what they see, and they're even doubting their own thoughts on their own doubts as well, too, which is very interesting. I find it very interesting, but it is what it is. Like we're in the early stages of um, this war for humanity. I think we're in this very very early stage. So it should be interesting to see how it pans out. I'm not overly invested in it. Like I'm really not. Like because look, as it says, I don't go by the good book that much, even though I think there's a lot of truth in it. Like but it says, but I think even in the good book it says, "Be in the world, but not of it." Like, or is that how is that how they say it? Be in the world, but not of it. I feel like that a lot of times. I feel like this is not my home. This is kind of like some place I come to chill out whenever I get bored on the other side. And I'm pretty sure Jason is pretty reluctantly thinking, no, I'm not going back to that shithole. No, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to stay here. I've got my harp. I've got my cloud. Fuck off, man. I'm not going back there yet, man. Give me a shout. Give me a shout after the communists have fucked off. I'm pretty sure that's how we'd feel about it. Like, that's how I'd feel, if I had a memory of what it was like here. Because I'm not even sure when you do pass over, you still have a memory. But then again, they do tell you, they show you everything. You get shown you listen to all the experiencers, right? You listen to all the experiencers, and they have clear memories of what it was like, right? They have clear memories of what it was like when they passed over, and they get shown loads of things. So who am I to argue with experiencers, right? They could be fucking right. For all it never happened. I did have one experience once. I did. I swear to God, I had an out body experience once, and the most amazing thing that ever fucking happened to me was that out of body experience. Scary as fuck, like scary as fuck. But not at the time. Not at the time. I'll just hide that there. Let's see what else is going on here. I'll tell you about that in just a moment. I'll just catch up with the chat. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that, Stephen, the high up American army guy naming all the countries that the US was going to war with before they happened. It's all planned way ahead. Oh yeah, yeah. This plan is well old. Like the people who organize these things, and I think an essential thing to remember is that the people who are at the leading the front edge on this, like say your Victoria Newlands and all those fucking arsehole, they're irrelevant, man. They're just fucking mouthpieces. The people who actually organize, nobody knows. And I'll tell you one thing: not even the politicians know who they are. Right? Nobody knows who these fuckers are. Right? All we know for sure is that they have enough power to be able to run enough fucking mannequins in governments all around the fucking world. Nobody's ever going to know who the fuck they really are. Like, every now and again, like, they talk about the fucking Rothschilds, they talk about the Schwab, all these fucking idiots, man. They're idiots, man. They're just fucking useful idiots, man. They're not fucking organizing fucking nothing, man. Mouth fucking pieces. You know, the people who actually really organize it, nobody knows their name. Who knows? They probably don't even come up above ground. They probably stay below ground all the fucking time. Who the fuck knows? I certainly don't, anyway. So I get why people say they all the time. Oh, they're doing this, they're doing that. Yes, they're doing this, they're doing that. Right? Okay. Name the fuckers. And what you'll get is Schwab. What you'll get is Newland. You'll get the usual suspects, but they're organizing fucking nothing, man. They're fucking patsies, man. Patsies. They have no say in what's going on anywhere, right? None at all. So, um, but they are an interesting diversion. Like, I have to say, Schwab, he's the perfect caricature, right? He is the perfect caricature. Except from the old Bond films, so it was Goldfinger. That Goldfinger, so evil megalomaniac type fucking dude. Like, he's got the look, he's got the fucking accent. It's really like, if you were to pick an actor for his role, He's who you would fucking pick, man. Perfectly, you know. You're definitely not going to put the real people up there who are organizing it all. Definitely not, man. So I get why everybody uses they. They're doing that. This is what they want us to do, and they their intention is. And oh, come on, give us a break. Either name the fuckers or just shut the fuck up, man. um, let me just check quickly and see that Darren get my message. No, he didn't get my message. So I don't think Darren's going to be arriving tonight, unfortunately, which is a pity, man, because I had the show title and everything up. I had a great show title and a good description up. So I don't think Darren's going to make it tonight. So, which is unfortunate. But look, there will be another night. There will be another night. We'll get this Irish Constitution nailed down. I was looking forward to a discussion about the Irish Constitution. I really was, in fact, because there's not just one, as everybody knows. There's several of them. There's the 1919, there's the 1922, and the 1937, and then there's all the other amendments in between. And I'm no expert on any of it, like, you know, but I've read them all. I've actually read them all, so I do know a little bit about them. Like, so hopefully we'll be able to get Darren at another date, and he'll come in and we can have a proper discussion about this now. What was that? Phone? No. Look, I don't answer phones during the show, but it is a pity because the title is done up now and everything, and so, but and I can't go in and edit it, like, you know. So, but where was I? Oh yeah, let me just catch up with the chat and see. I'm just going to focus on the chat for tonight because I need the practice. Spanish has been telling me I'm being a bollocks, right? Every time in the fucking after chat he tells me, Jimmy, you're a bollocks. You didn't read my fucking comment. You're not paying attention. And okay, so I'm going to try change all that shit, right? I'm going to try and change it all. So I'm just going to focus 100% on Spanish from now on. Let's see what Spanish is saying. 80 had a stroke and Webby found God, if I remember. Yeah, 80 did have a stroke, and I don't know whether Webby found God or whether he always believed in God. I don't know. I'm not sure about that bit now, but perhaps he did find God. A lot of people do find God. I went looking for God. I went looking for fucking God, right? About at the beginning of the pandemic, right? I said, okay, well, maybe it's time to look for God. And I went looking for the Hoover. And where was he? Nowhere. I couldn't find him anywhere. He wasn't there, right? The lights were on, but there was no one home. So I says, right. So I gave it a go anyway. I did give it a go. I ended up back where I fucking was 20 years ago and says, it's all very fascinating stuff, but I'm not 100% convinced, right? Just not 100% convinced. Too much bullshit out there to be able to sift through it all. And I'm not going to put all my fucking... I'm not going to put everything on one book. No, I'm sorry. And I don't care how well it's translated. Like, you know, that's all conjecture. So, but that's just me. That's just me. It's like I wouldn't diss anybody's religion. That's not my fucking way. That's not my fucking way at all. It's the very same thing like with this Quran burning that's going on. We're seeing a lot of these Quran burnings going on in Sweden and I think a few other places, man. But it's been allowed to happen, right? It's been allowed to happen. The one particular Quran burning session that went on in Sweden, which the Muslim world is up in arms about at the moment, was allowed by the police, right? Was allowed by the police. And it's not that I'm against. Then again, I'm not into burning books either. It's just books are precious things, right? Books are precious things. Um, and it doesn't matter, like, a lot of people will take offense. But I just thought it very, very weird that it was actually allowed. But then again, I'm part of the free world. Should it be allowed? Hell yeah. Why not? Why not? But I'm just thinking when I do think about my position on these things, like whether book burning should be allowed or not. It's like my instinct tells me, yeah, hell yeah, book burning should be allowed. Like, but what's the intention? What is the intention? And that seems to me the most important thing. Like, but when you're looking at like people burning an Islamic book, in yeah, sure, should be allowed. Like, but at the end of the day, what is their intent? What is their intent? Is it to drive division? Is that the intent, to drive division, rather than sort of like seek out common ground? And I think when I have to think about it, and to analyze my position with that, like I have to think like, sorry, I'm not sure I trust you anymore. Like, would you not rather organize an event where you were going to discuss key issues within the book that you were taking offense to, rather than just alienate a whole segment of the population, which might actually be on you, could actually be on your side if you had a relevant or agreeable argument. Like, I mean, we have there's a group here in Ireland, like they're ex-Muslims, right? They're ex-Muslims, and they're speaking out all the time about some of the material which is in the Quran, right? And about some of the genocidal and racist content which is within it, like which is directed at sort of like Christian people, right? Take Christian people. Um, I think they're called the ex Muslims of Ireland. Like if you, um, I've seen a number of interviews with them, like very very interesting young chaps, right? Apparently, there's a large number of them in the country, which makes sense. Like, why would you leave your home country? Whether you know uh, you would leave your home country if you're being oppressed or you didn't agree with the belief system. And do you know what? I'm glad to have these people here. I'm glad to have them here. But it is interesting, like, why the police would allow a book burning, which could be inflammatory, because, like, there's a huge Islamic population in Sweden now. And of course, it's going to get because we know what they're like. They're quite fanatical about their religion. Christians are very fanatical about their religion also. So, you know, anybody who subscribes to a particular belief system can be very, very fanatical. And it doesn't matter who. It doesn't matter who. They could be Muslims, Christians, even the Jewish people, And we're not going to talk too much about it, like, but at the same time, you look into some of the various different Jewish sects, like some of them are very extreme. Holy shit, man. What's that stuff in that book, man? That doesn't sound very, very uh, it doesn't sound normal. Some of the stuff is very, very abnormal, I have to say. But that's just me spitballing. But like, there's lots of crazy. Even if you look at the Christian religion and you go through the Old Testament and stuff, you see some of the trials that God put people through. It's like, kill your own son. It's like, what? It's like, um, it's like, holy shit, man! Is this for real? Really? I don't know. I don't know. That's why I stay away a lot from a lot of these belief systems personally, because it just doesn't fit in my world. Yeah, I have big Christian believers in my family. Like my two brothers, like they're seriously Christian. believe the Bible, and I wouldn't try. I would never ever try to um, talk them out of it. Like, in fact, I encourage it. I absolutely encourage it. It's like, fine, whatever floats your fucking boat, right? That's okay. I don't mind. It doesn't affect me. Everybody is quite capable to make their own decision about whatever it is they choose to believe in. Um, Unfortunately, did you not get the memo? We live on a flat Earth, right? It's the fuck. But then again, though, I think there's parts of Christianity, quite a few parts of Christianity do believe in the flat Earth. So I don't know. I don't have any direct evidence of a flat Earth, like, but it's quite plausible. What else is going on here in this chat box? Lots of hellos coming in for Paula anyway. Paula's much love. Sorry again, girl. Sorry I didn't get around to sending you a reply to that email, but thanks for it. It was lovely. Yeah, Rob, the guest didn't show up, and which is unfortunate, but we'll get him back. I'll tell you what, I'll catch him in the long grass. I'll catch him in the long grass. But look, shit happens. It wouldn't be the first time that a show was organized and a guest did. It wouldn't be the first time, right? So this sort of shit happens all the fucking time, right? Um, Maybe I didn't reply to it because I only sent him the link over at 9 p.m. So who knows? You wouldn't know what's going on in people's lives. So look, it is what it is. So I'm going to mosey on without any show fucking notes or nothing. And I don't have any quizzes for you or nothing. It could. Do you just want a quiz? Do you just want a quiz, boys and gals? Let's do a quiz, right? But anyway, shit happens, man. Maybe he's seen the light. Maybe he can introduce the church to the bills of exchange. um, like in this world, this is an absurd world, and it wouldn't surprise me that maybe he might have it sorted out. Maybe he has got it working. Maybe he hasn't. Like, I don't know too many people who get the gas for free. That's the truth. I really don't. I think Webby and one other, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know of anybody who gets anything for free without getting a shit pile of hassle from the state. And that's the truth. And I'm not dissing anything that he's saying. He could be 100% correct, maybe, and being honest. Like, but I'll tell you what, I don't know anybody getting fuck all for free. Nobody. Nobody. Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think you're right, Stephen. I think there's I think there's a bunch of 12 families who may be involved in the BIS. All common names, like, but are they the tip of the spear? It's a good question. Or are they all just front people? Just, I don't know. I don't know. I've come to the conclusion that, like, very few people who are in the public sphere whose names are out in public are actually the people who run the world. I don't think any of them are. I think most of them are all just yes people with something to gain from it. It's like, but the real people behind it all, their names are not known. Their names are not known. And if they are public, they've probably got pseudonyms. That's what I think, anyway. Right. Keep going with the chat, Jim. Keep going with the chat. You haven't done this ever. You're always too busy reading bullshit articles that nobody gives a fuck about. So let's focus on Spanish chicken, right? People don't like to think they're evil messianic madmen running their society. They like to live in their bubble. It doesn't matter who's running things, though, John, does it? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter who the fuck's running things. It's like, does it matter that there's an ancient race of humanoids who survived the last cataclysm, who still live underground and still run the planet? Like, is that going to change people's lives, right? That knowledge in it, is that going to change the lives of the average common person who's just trying to pay their bills and just get by day to day? I don't think it is. This is kind of like niche territory. Like, it's only people like us who even discuss these topics. Like, but then again, though, it's quite odd. Like, I've been noticing more and more when I go out in public now these days, and it doesn't matter who I meet, right? I meet lots and lots of people now, and I talk to everyone, but they all start to sound a little bit like me, right? It's just, you know, maybe not talking about the kind of stuff that I normally talk about with everybody here, right? Maybe not quite that, like, but they've got these ideas in their heads, and like climate change, for example, climate change is the big one I'm noticing a lot lately, like, and especially like when I'm hearing the old farmers talk about, oh, that's not adding up, right? Where's this climate? Where's this global warming? They're not seeing it, right? They're not seeing it, and quite right, because it's not fucking happening. There's a slight warming. There's a very, very slight warming, right? Very, very slight. But then again, can you trust the data? Where's the data coming from, right? The data is coming from temperature monitoring stations, which are usually located in around airports and in cities, which are sort of like natural heat sinks, of course, right? Natural heat sinks. So of course the temperature is going to be elevated, right? This is the thing, like, you can't take the temperature of the fucking planet, right? Yeah, and say that it's getting fucking warmer, right? You can't do it. It can't be fucking done, because temperature is so bloody variable, right? It gets warm during the day, and then what happens at nighttime? It gets cold, right? And then the sun comes out the next day. It's warm, and then it gets cold again. So look. I'm starting to see all the old farmers. They're really, and I'm getting the sense from that they don't trust what they're hearing, right? They don't trust what they're hearing. I got a sense of this during the COVID madness as well, too, right? I got a sense of this as well, too, that like a lot of people bought into it at first. Like, I bought into it at first, but because look, at the start, I didn't know what the fuck was going on, right? So naturally, you're going to take goddamn precautions, right? Precautions first and foremost, right? But then when the first data started coming through, and then you start saying, shit, nothing's happening here. But then it took a long time for it to become sort of like semi-conscious in a large majority of the population. It took a little time, right? Because they're not getting the data. They're not, they digest their data from the mainstream media, so they're not getting it. Like, but obviously they were getting a sense that something wasn't fucking quite right either. Like, so, and then of course a lot of people got injured as well too. So people are noticing this shit, right? People are really noticing this shit. Like, it took a while for them to cop on about what was going on in Ukraine. And I'm pretty sure they're still as confused as I am about Ukraine, but I feel like I'm a little bit further on in my dissection of what's going on in Ukraine. I feel like I have a little bit more information than most of the local people here, and for the most part, like they were all in, like we support Ukraine. But it took me a long time to come to where they are because I'm kind of like at the position here. Well, do you know what? I'm not sure I trust Putin that much. I'm not sure I trust Israel that much. Maybe we should be supporting. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I need more data. I need more fucking data. But data is not available, and you kind of like have to go along with your gut feeling. You have to go along with your gut feeling in a lot of cases. And if something is not making sense, it's probably best just not to commit one way or the other, right? And I find that's where, and I was very, very against the Ukrainians at the beginning because of the fact that the NAZI were sort of like integral to what was going on. Like, but then after I found out that the NAZI were being funded by Israeli money, and it's just like, hold on a second, man. This is all wrong, man. This is fucking wrong. What's going on here? What the fuck is going on here? It's like I was taught all my fucking life that the NACI were bad, right? And now they're the good guys. Oh, what? Hold on. Stop the lights, Colette. Stop the lights there, Colette. I don't know. I tell you what, this is one crazy world. This is one crazy fucking world. And I understand completely why people are confused. People are confused, and it's designed deliberately to keep people confused and not knowing where they stand. I suppose this is fifth generation warfare, and we're going to have to get used to it. Hopefully, hopefully they don't turn the drones on us all, right? At some stage, I get the feeling sometimes that's the next thing that's coming. They're just going to say, "Fuck it, we don't need soldiers anymore. We got drones now. We got robots, and let's turn the fuckers on the people." This could be what's coming, man. This could be what's coming. They don't need people anymore, right? They can automate nearly everything. Look at farming, for example, right? Farming is nearly automated. It doesn't matter whether it's hedge cutting, whether it's mowing meadows or harvesting corn. That can all be automated now. It's like planting crops. That's nearly all automated. Nearly completely automated now. Machines for doing people are becoming irrelevant, and there's an idealistic side of me that thinks that, like, okay, right, this automation is fine, this automation is okay, but what are the people going to do? How are the people going to occupy themselves? What's going to keep their mind ticking over and keep them occupied and keep them interested in life? If everything is automated, it's like, I mean, what's the plan? What is the fucking long-term plan? Is this going to be some sort of a plan for the betterment of the entire humanity? Or is this just a way to get people into the root of depression and suicide and selling their bodies online or selling their bodies in prostitution because the jobs are not there anymore, so they have to fucking sell their bodies for it? Like, I'm not sure where this is going, but clearly I'm not against automation. I'm not against automation. I think automation is a good thing, but I think that there has to be a clear plan. I think there has to be a clear plan, like where you've got people who don't have jobs anymore. What the fuck are they going to do? Are they going to go back to what they fucking really want to do, love to do, like maybe artistry or something like that? Are we all going to become artists and let the robots do? I don't know what the plan is, but I don't think artistry is is one of the long-term plans on Schwab's sort of like checklist. You will own nothings and be happy. It's like holy shit, man! What a fucking crazy motherfucker that fellow is. I have to say, he's the ultimate evil dude. If you wanted a character for a lead role in a play to sort of like freak humanity out, Schwab, he'd be my fucking number one. Absolutely, he'd be number one on the fucking list. Absolutely. I think it's the German accent. I think it's the German accent that fucking does it for me, man. It's like that sexy full German accent and Klaus Schwab and the way he might say things, you know. How you doing, Steve? Good man, Steve. Thanks for joining in, bro. What's this there? I thought it was illegal to make any fire in public spaces. I don't know, Steve. I don't know, Steve. I'd like to tell you all about the fires that I just said, but I'd probably incriminate myself, so I best say nothing about that. I don't know. Let me see if I catch up with this old chat box here. What's John Down? BIS has authority over countries' laws. The DOJ in America could not prosecute the HSBC money laundering bankers. Section 42 of their rules overruled their jurisdiction. Right. Okay. So you got the BIS to have the authority over countries' laws in financial matters, I assume. And it's very, very interesting that at the moment that we have the WHO trying to come in and take over national sovereignties when it comes to matters of so-called medical emergencies and the likes. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. I've been following very, very carefully what's been going on with the WHO treaty. There seems to be a decent pushback going on in Europe against it. Christine Anderson, she's a wonderful politician. I'm actually absolutely loving that woman, Christine Anderson, who is pushing back against the WHO pandemic treaty, which is basically a soft coup. I had a video, but I'm not sure if I say, I'll see if I can get it up. Like we are going to soft coup. Let's see if it comes up anyway. Yeah. I wonder if they have the video here. It'll be interesting. But this woman I'm thinking about, Dr. Meryl Nass. Oh, they do have a video. Just give me a moment. I'll share my screen, right? I'll share my screen so you can see what the fuck I'm doing, right? It's not going to be very exciting. But in the meantime, right? In the meantime, I have to sort my audio out as well too. So I'll have to. I do things old school here, right? So I still use the terminal. I still use the terminal myself. So / audio connect. Oh, come on. And so this should let me play this. I don't know whether anybody has heard this before, right?
We're undergoing a soft coup. And the idea is to create a whole new set of laws and ignore the existing human rights laws and other laws under the pretext of pandemic preparedness and the biosecurity agenda. The WHO is developing through all its nations, but with the WHO Directorate in the United States in charge, a pandemic treaty and amendments to the existing international health regulations that will remove the human rights protections currently embedded in the IHRs, will enforce surveillance, censorship, get rid of freedom of speech, require governments to censor and only push a single narrative. Also, we will be subject, if they can make this work, to vaccines developed in 100 days, which the organization CEPI is planning to do. And one of the people who founded CEPI was Jeremy Farrar, who is now the chief scientist at the WHO to bring this forward. Other things that amendments do is to bind the states so they're no longer recommendations, but enforceable edicts. Provide a liability shield, get rid of intellectual property rights, move supplies from one country to another, enforce digital passports, and the Director General of WHO can demand that a pandemic or a potential pandemic exists. He can just declare it with no standards, and then countries around the world will have to obey. Also, the WHO will tell you what drugs you can and can't use in your nation once a pandemic is declared. Obviously, the budget will increase. One Health is another part of this. One Health is a concept that was created to enable the WHO, with these documents, to take over jurisdiction of everything in the world by saying that climate change, animals, plants, water systems, ecosystems are all central to health. Also embedded in this concept is a peculiar notion that humans are no longer of greater value than animals.
Nice. There we go. I hope that wasn't too loud. It may have been a little bit too loud. So my apologies straight off the bat, right? Apologies straight off the bat if it was a little bit too loud, because I just didn't get, I wasn't expecting on playing any video tonight. So hopefully it wasn't too much for your little speakers and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that was a Dr. Meryl Nass explaining that. That was a little clip. Like I came across there about a week ago, and I thought she was making a declaration, but she's been speaking at this this ongoing thing which is going on in the European Parliament, which is highlighting everything that's been going wrong with the pandemic response, plus the mandates. And this has all been led by a few key individuals. Christine Anderson is the one that I know the best, the German. I think she's from the AfD party, Alternative for Deutschland party, if I remember correctly. But she's a lovely woman, absolutely lovely woman, a real fighter, a real fucking warrior, man. And I swear to God, I look at her, right, and I compare her to our own representatives out in Europe, which would be Claire Daly, Mick Wallace, Luke Ming, the Merciless, the pothead from fucking Mars, right? These are our fucking Tweedledums and Tweedledees out in fucking Europe, man. And Claire Daly, every other fucking day of the week, she's there waving a goddamn fucking Palestinian flag in the middle of the fucking European Parliament and whinging and whining about the plight of the Palestinians. And look, Claire, get a fucking goddamn grip, man. I interviewed you before, man, and you used to be fucking good at what you fucking done. none of us are buying this fucking Palestinian flag waving bullshit, right? Take care of your own fucking people. Fuck the Palestinians. We'll deal with them. We need to fucking get our own countries in order first. Then we'll deal with the fucking Palestinian situation, right? Which wasn't created by us in the fucking first place. But anyway, I digress here. I digress here. But that Dr. Nass, right? I originally thought like she was making a declaration. I was just thrown back by it. I was just, holy shit, man, is this a declaration? But no, no, no. She's part of this committee which is investigating what's been going on with the pandemic response, and it's now morphed into this sort of like pushback against the pandemic treaty, right? The pandemic treaty, which is the main key issue, which, and as she described it, what we're going through is a soft coup, right? A soft coup. They're trying to take over the goddamn fucking world. These are the commie bastards, right? The commie fucking cunts. They're trying to go. They're going for it, right? They're going for it. Like they think they're going to be able to fucking do this. But I'll tell you what. No, 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 no. It's not fucking happening. Not on our goddamn watch. No way. No way. No way. No way. It's not going to be fucking happening, boy. Not going to be fucking happening, boy. I kind of trying to remember where I put that fucking that 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 that, that gas station. I had a place where I used to deal with people like that, like and can't say it here. Can't say it here on the bed. Jimmy, shut the fuck up. Have manners. Be good. Be good. Be good. Be good. Don't be talking. Don't be having any genocidal thoughts, right? But I'll tell you one thing. It ain't fucking happening, right? And I'll tell you what. It's impossible to take over the fucking world. Impossible, right? It's not going to be fucking happening, right? The world is as divided as it always has been. It can't be held, right? It's not going to work like that. It's just. Then again, I could be fucking stone, could be stark raving mad here, and I don't know, but I can't see how they're going to fucking do it, man. I mean, I'm just one Joe Soap, and I'm here with many. I'm here with fucking many people think the very fucking same way. I know it. I know how everybody thinks. I don't know exactly how everybody fucking thinks, but we're kind of on the same fucking page, like a lot of us here, The idea that any fucking bunch of fucking sweaty, baldy bastards is going to be able to fucking take over and hold the world. Nah, forget about it, man. I think you should go back on your fucking meds, right? It's not going to happen. I'll catch up with the chat. I've been falling behind. I've been falling. I know I wasn't meant to, but. I don't know if people are talking to me or whether they're talking to each other. It's not that we can measure temperature. We can. We just cannot trust the data because we have all seen how they manipulate, lie, gaslight, double down. Exactly, Johnny. That's 100% so true. That is so true. Look, it's a lot to be said for good quality data, right? So, and there's got to be checks and balances when it comes to collecting data and stuff like that. So we're back to climate change stuff. This is ages ago, man. Johnny, come on, man. Get with the program, boy. Get with the program. This was hours ago. Or is it just me catching up? I don't know. It's just me catching up. What's the lie detector saying? It might be Blair and Bush and Co. who run it all, and they just invent stories about Rothschild and Co. And yeah, Blair and Bush, they're not running anything. Like, although it's interesting, like I know a few commentators who talk a lot about old George Bush and being one of the last true conservatives. That may be true. I don't know, but I don't trust any of the fuckers, to be honest. Jerry said, Right. Okay. 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 Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. And uh, Stephen is saying AI will replace porn, Jimmy. Yeah. 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 For sure. Yeah. For sure, Steve. It will. Like it definitely. AI is going to sort of like put a load of prostitutes out of businesses. Even the prostitutes aren't safe. Darn! Holy shit, man. I'll tell you, it's we're heading for interesting times. That's we're heading. How you doing again, Steve, mate? And thanks for joining in, mate. Fair play on this on this Saturday night, this ungodly hour to be tuning in with us. And good show there on Thursday night. And don't forget, like if you're not familiar with Steve Turgoos's show, make sure that you tune in on Thursday evenings at 8 p.m. GMT on Steve Turgoose. He's got a brand new channel after he went through the turmoil of losing his channel and stuff like that, and and he's pulled back really, really well. Fair play to Steve, man, good man. But you have solid support. You've got like a community there, and who will support you, will support you to the end. So no matter where you go, we'll be there. I just don't do Odyssey. That's because Odyssey's still not working right for me. But I'll be seeing you on the YouTube. But I got the hang of watching you on Rumble, and I used to be tuned into the chat at the same time on Odyssey. So it was the best of both worlds for me. So I can make it work one way or the other. So and don't forget, on Monday night we got Cookie and Pete. I don't know if it's the Starfish Troopers, but that's 8 p.m. 8 p.m. until 5 a.m. in the morning, and it's always a great show. It's always a great show. And don't forget Monday evening, and I'm pretty sure, and don't forget Wednesday as well too. Wednesday is great too. Wednesday they finish early. It's only it's only 8 p.m. until 4 a.m. So on a Wednesday, so it's a bit shorter. So like, but look, it is what it is. You can't expect the lads to be working late all the time. Keep going through these comments here. John said, Jimmy is the original Trailer Park Boy. Oh, I'm not the original, but I'm trying to mimic them. I'll do my best. I'll do my best. I work with what I've got. Which isn't a lot. It isn't a lot. But I work with what I've got. There we go. We got a choice comment here for Job. Fuck no. Fuck. That's what I say too. Fuck him. Fuck. Who gives a fuck, man? I'll tell you what. I got authorities in this part of the world here who are not part of the WHO or the BIS, and they're trying to tell me all the fucking time what to do. And that's what I tell them. Fuck off. It's like, I don't give a fuck about you. You don't exist, man. Fucking corporate fucking entities. Who do you think you are coming to me telling me what I can't fucking do? I'll tell you what, I'll just do what I fucking want, right? That's what I do, man. I don't give a fuck about anyone. If the Irish establishment can't control me, what fucking chance do the WHO have, right? Piss off, you bollocks, this man. Don't let me get in the way of your grand delusions, right? I'm still catching up here, right? Yeah, James, yeah. They'll try. They will try for sure. But I'm telling you what, I think I can see a few problems on the horizon for them, though. It's not going to work out the way they planned. Yeah, lots of comments about the establishment as we understand them, but I try not to think too much about the fucking goddamn establishment. They're irrelevant, I see the establishment as just pawns in the game, really. Hardly worth my fucking time worrying about or being concerned about. After all, it seems to me the goal of the last 3 years has been to keep people in a state of panic and fear. And it's just, I'm sorry, I don't do panic and I don't do fear, right? I'm just little old me. I'm traveling on my way and I don't give a fuck. I really do not give a goddamn flying fuck about what you think I should be fucking doing, right? I don't give a fuck. It's just, I'll just do what I fucking do. And I don't give a shit after that. Like, and I'll probably fucking die. You know, that's the way I am. I wouldn't call myself a warrior or anything, but I'll tell you what, I will die before I take orders. And I know that. I know that. Just the way it is. It's just the way it is. I don't value my life at all. I mean, we're just passing through this goddamn shithole, right? And that's all it is, man. This is all compared to the spiritual realm. That's right. That's right. I nearly forgot. Nearly forgot. I was to tell you about my out of body experience, right? And it was the strangest. It was the strangest fucking thing that ever fucking happened to me in my life. James is asking, do you think people will fall for it again? Anyone? Oh, absolutely. You know, absolutely. There's a wealth of people who just fall for shit, man. That's just it, man. That's just it. But about my out of body experience, right? See, Spanish agrees with me, James. It's not often Spanish agrees with me, right? He's an argumentative cunt, man. Most of the time, I think he just disagrees with me for the sake of disagreeing with me. But I tell you what, I can't believe it. He actually agrees with me. Fuck's sake. But anyway, it was one Christmas. Went for a party at a friend's house in Belgium. I was living in Antwerpen at the time, and we were having a few drinks, and the turkey was being cooked, and the usual shit. And next thing you know, we're all sitting around. We were having a good old chat, right? As we were in the kitchen at the time. And I had this friend, Robbie. He was sort of like Indonesian voodoo type guy. He said something to me, and the minute he said it to me, I passed out. Right, I went out flat on my fucking back, passed out, poof, hit the fucking deck. Right, went down like a fucking sack of goddamn spuds, and I woke up, in the other room, right, which was a couple of steps. You had to go around through a door and around the fucking corner. Woke up in the other room. And I was there, and there was nobody there, and I was alone, and there was nobody there. So, okay, what the fuck just happened, right? So, all right, let's get up and see if we can find somebody. So I stood up. I was at the table, and I seen the door. So I walked towards the door, and I walked through the door into the kitchen, and there was me, right? There was little old me. And I was looking down at myself, lying flat on my back on the fucking ground, and everybody was standing around me, looking at me lying on the fucking ground. I was behind them all. They were all there, standing looking at me lying flat on my back on the fucking ground, wondering what to do. I can't remember if anybody was worried about me or anything like that, but I think they were all probably in fucking shock. And next thing you know, I realized what was going on. I says, holy shit, what? And next thing, I got sucked out of where I was, and I was back in my fucking body, and managed to get onto my feet. And it's just like, that was trippy, man. That was fucking trippy. Right? Holy shit. I want to do that again. Let me do that again. Holy shit. Fuck's sake, man. Mental. So that was I had a few out of body experiences, but that was one of the most memorable ones, you know. So that tells me that there's something else going on in this fucking world. I don't give a fuck what's going on this planet. I really don't. I really don't. I don't give a fuck who's fighting with who. I don't give a fuck about pandemics. I don't give a fuck about climate change. Nothing, because like what's going on in this fucking world, man, really is beyond our comprehension, right? I don't know whether I believe in the holographic fucking theory of the so-called fucking universe or whatever. I don't know if I believe in that, like, but I believe there's something deeper, something greater, something more fantastic going on than we could ever fucking imagine. Like, the fact that you can sort of like collapse and have an out of body experience tells me that, like, holy shit, man, this world is not quite as I understood it, right? So many people, if you go and you research experiencers, people who have had NDEs, near death experiences and stuff like that, like you hear the stories, like like if I hadn't had my experience, I probably would have said, well, look, I'm not sure whether I believe any of this shit, but because I had my own experience situation, like I've had to sort of like pay attention to what they're saying, right? Because it's happened to me, right? It happened to fucking me. So, I mean, I had loads of fucking things going on, like where I was out of body, and it's sort of like, when you're in a dream, but you're aware of your dreaming, right? I've had that several fucking times, man. There's something seriously bigger going on here on this fucking planet than just this goddamn life, right? There's something bigger. And do you know what, man? And that's why I don't give a fuck about a lot of the shit, right? I couldn't give a fuck about flat earth. I couldn't give a fuck about a lot of things, really, because this is not who we are, right? I firmly I'm not a believer in the Christian God or the uh, or, or the Jewish God or any gods like that. It's just, but I do believe that there's a higher power, right? I believe that there's something else, and that's why I believe, right? That's why I believe our Jason is still fucking with us, right? I firmly believe. I don't even have to think about it. And it wouldn't surprise me if he was back already. It would not surprise me if he was back here already. I'm telling you, that's that's how I feel about this world that we live in. Like it's much more than what we think it is. It's not quite what we think it is. I don't know if that makes any fucking sense. Maybe I just sound like a fucking raving mad lunatic. I don't know, but this is what it takes to live in an interesting universe, I suppose. If you're trying to make fucking sense of it all, and you're not going to make sense of it all, like, but I found that, like, certain little things that happened to me in my life just gave me little hints that, like, shit, what the fuck just happened? Like waking up in a fucking room, sitting at a table, getting up, walking through a fucking kitchen door, and then next thing you're confronted with a pile of people looking at your sorry ass, lying flat on your back on the ground, wondering if you're okay, and you're just thinking, what the fuck was that about? Holy shit. What the fuck just happened there? I don't know. But it is what it is. Like, it is what it fucking is, man. And, this is why I'm not worried about what's going on in this fucking way. I'm not worried about the material. I'm not worried about the materialistic things. They're irrelevant, like a lot of people spend a lot of their lives fucking chasing after these materialistic fucking things, getting what it is they think it is that they fucking want. And then when they get it, like, they're never fucking happy. People are never fucking happy, right? They get what they fucking wanted. They work all their fucking lives to get what they wanted, and then they find out that they're still not fucking happy. I'm seeing it every fucking day of the week. I do troll the news outlets, like, the amount of people who just commit suicide, people who are fucking really well off. Now, maybe some of them might have been Arkansas, You know, that's a possibility. Some of them may have been archetypes, who knows? But like a lot of really rich, powerful people, they're more fucked up than Joe Soap on the fucking street, man. They're really much more fucked up. Like, and just as liable to fucking shoot their wife, their children, and themselves just as much as an ordinary person. Like, you know, so like, what's the gain with the materialism? I I, I never quite got it. Like, I never quite got that part of life, you know. So I don't chase after the material anymore. Never have, actually. I never have. I'm not saying that that should be a blueprint for everybody. That's just the way I fucking deal with life, you know. But I don't overthink it. Like, you know, I mean, what do I have to gain from having loads of material fucking wealth? What would I gain from it? Like, you know, that would make my fucking life better than what I've got already, which is the ability to get out, talk to people, have a point of view, dissect information, analyze it, and come to conclude. What more do I fucking want? What more do I fucking want? Nothing, I think, you know. Nothing, I think. Nothing to look forward to, only fucking death here, really. You know? And we make the most of it while we're here. And like, gaining wealth really doesn't seem to me to be a constructive thing to do, you know. Human relations actually are much more important to me, in fact, like, you know, and I've realized that over the years. And I am a loner. I am a loner a lot of the time. I am a loner, like, but I can do interact. I can do people interaction as well too, when I want. But there's a lot of times I will choose to be alone because you know, to get away from the maddening noise. I think there's the maddening noise of culture sometimes, which I do long for the quiet and the peace sometimes. So I'll take it when I can get it. And then when I have to interact, I'll interact and I'll give it fucking loads, man. I'll be just as interactive as anybody else. Like, but I do enjoy my peace as well, you know. I really do. Let's see what's going on with the old chat here. What is that saying, John? And the tarot readers say we have a contract to fulfill that we have agreed upon. That could be. That could be. I have no memory of agreeing to anything before I come here. I think I know what you're saying. I have no memory of agreeing to anything, like, but I wouldn't rule it out, like, you know, because chances that like we're just beamed in here and that our memories are wiped before we get here. I tell you what, I wouldn't rule it out. I really wouldn't fucking rule it out. You know, that's just, you know, people might say, "Well, Jimmy, you believe in karma or reincarnation?" This is, I think I might. I think I might. There's a possibility that, like, that we do agree to come here. There's a possibility, like, you know, I wouldn't rule it out. You can't rule anything out. We have no we have no data, right? We have no data. Only all we have is a load of stories from experiencers and stuff like that. So, like, and I think there's a lot to be said from listening to people and what they've experienced, especially in near death experiences. Like, they're very unique experiences. Like, some of the stories are quite fantastic. Like, you know, some of them are they all true? Yeah, probably not. You know, but like the chances that some of them are true, quite possibly, yeah. John is saying he had a strange experience himself. So I stay open-minded. Maybe the Kabbalah has something to it after all. I think there's a lot in the old books. I think I have my own ideas about the sources of a lot of those old books. Like, I think they come from a much earlier time. So I wouldn't rule anything out about the Kabbalah. I wouldn't rule anything out about the Bible. I wouldn't rule any of it out, like, but some of that extremist Jewish material, I take exception to some of that stuff, man. It's just like, hold on, hold on. Some of that stuff is not normal, right? But anyway, I'm not going to get our channel nuked, right? So I'm going to stay away from that for the moment. I think we're still in danger, right? I think we're still in danger. So I have to be careful what I talk about. So we're still in danger, but so I'll be careful when it comes to talking about those because we can't talk about them. So we best not, right? But but when I do talk about it, will be in code, and you will know exactly what I'm saying. There's clearly designer or God. Any living animal is far more complex than anything designed by a human. Yeah, absolutely, man. Intelligent design. I think there's something to it. Absolutely. I think there is something to it, Even though I don't follow any Christian gods, I don't follow any God, but I do believe that there is something, there's a fundamental force there. I don't know if I describe it as something as mundane as a man who is omnipotent. I don't know. I don't know what I classify it as, like, but I would tend to classify it kind of more as a power, a greater power, something more powerful than ourselves. But clearly, there's a lot of indications that there is a kind of like an intelligent design to what's going on here. Because I mean, when you look at like DNA and you look at the science of how it's all built, like, I mean, how is this stuff? This all happened by accident? Were you well in the fucking head, man? This didn't happen by accident, man. You know, are you telling me that a couple of amino acids came together and made something so fucking complex as all the different variety that we see around us of different forms of life and intelligence? Nah, come on, man. Come on. Give me a fucking break, man. I may have been born under a cabbage, but it wasn't yesterday, right? But anyway. So I've kind of caught up now. I've caught up with the chat. I've kind of caught up with the chat. They believe in supernatural protection, Jimmy. Who's they though? They believe in supernatural protection. I assume I don't know. Supernatural protection. I don't think. I don't know how to respond to that. I don't know how to respond to that. But anyway, look, we're at 23:53. So it's almost time to round up for tonight, okay? And I appreciate everybody who tuned in tonight. It was fun. Sorry, I came unscripted. Like, I know I didn't come with any. I didn't want to because, like, I felt under pressure. Spanish had me under pressure, man, to pay more attention to the chat. So I'm going to be paying more attention to the chat in future and less on the goddamn news, right? We'll kind of make it a little bit more spontaneous rather than just a recitation of what's been going on in the world. So yeah, I'm going to be making changes, Spanish, right? I'm going to be making a few changes, and especially for you, right? And but it's probably a good thing. It's probably a good thing because look, at the end of the day, this is not about me, and it's not about a chat box. At the end of the day, there's a family here, okay? And so, look, while we're keeping it going, let's interact a little bit more with each other. So, point taken on that matter, and I'll be taking greater care going forwards. And after all, we're all paying attention to the goddamn news, right? We're all fucking here 24 fucking. We don't always want to come in and chat about it here on a fucking Saturday night. Who gives a fuck about it? Spanish wants a music quiz. Right. I tell you what, Spanish. I tell you what, here's a quiz just for Spanish, right? Name this tune in 3. Boom, boom, boom. What's that tune? He doesn't fucking know it, man. Tell you what, Spanish, man, you would be useless at music quizzes, right? Boom, boom, boom. Everybody should know that tune, right? But anyway, look, I'm gonna throw the link to the after chat. I'm gonna throw the link into the after chat, and much appreciated, everybody. Much appreciated for tuning in tonight. We'll do this again next Saturday evening, 10 p.m. I promise you, I won't be going out floozying with any fucking dodgy party goers next Saturday night. And we'll try and organise to get Darren in next week. It's a pity about the title for tonight. I feel bad because people might get misled that they're going to get that big education in the Constitution, and it didn't happen. But I can't change that at the moment, and because I still don't have access to YouTube, right? Still don't have access to YouTube. We got access to Rumble and stuff like that, so I've got to get back in touch with Danielle, and we'll see if we can get access sorted out to YouTube. And not that it's that big a deal, but it would be nice maybe just to, if mistakes were made, like titles and stuff like that, or bits and pieces. But look, as I say, it hasn't been a high priority for me, but I'll get in touch with Danielle now shortly, and we'll see what we can sort out about that bloody channel. And I know Dr. Robert is running some sort of a fundraiser for StreamYard and stuff like that. But I have other ideas myself too, so don't watch this space. Let's not worry about StreamYard too fucking much, right? Don't be stressing about it, right? Don't be stressing about StreamYard, even if we don't have the fucking premium, right? And this is what I'll say. Even if we don't have the fucking goddamn premium, we can still get 6 people. We can still get 6 people in the after chat, right? With a free account, right? But look, let's not overthink it, right? Let's not overthink it at the moment. I'm certainly not going to be worried about it, right? I'm not going to be worried about any of this goddamn shit. We'll deal with it when we fucking get there. Yeah, here's the link to the after chat, right? Well, there's the link to the after chat. Anybody wants to join, you know the fucking deal, right? You know the deal. So on that note, I'm going to love yous and leave yous and enjoy the rest of your goddamn weekend. Make the most of it. Don't be stressing out about Rothschilds or all those days and dems, right? Don't worry about any of those cooking cunts, right? Because I'll tell you what, when we catch them in the long fucking grass, they're fucked, right? I'll tell you what, these things, what goes around comes around, right? So there we go. It's 23:52. But then, yeah. Actually, we done all right tonight on the time. We done really okay on the time tonight. So we still got a minute and a half left. Wow, I'm getting good at this shit. So good night, Steve. Thanks for tuning in, mate. I think I plugged everybody's show. I did. I plugged everybody's show, and didn't plug Dr. Robert, but everybody knows when Dr. Robert's quizzes are going to be on. They're going to be on next Tuesday night. Tune in for Dr. Robert's quizzes. They're the best in the fucking world, man. Actually, I love it. I never know a goddamn answer to one of the goddamn questions, but it doesn't matter. They're always good. It's great to be in a company where everybody gets the answer wrong anyway, so I know I'm not the only one. So, look, take care, everybody. Like I said, enjoy what's left of the weekend, and we will see ya next Saturday night. Take care, everyone.